It's
No.
a raspberry.
Just say raspberry, Justin. Nobody pronounces the P like that.
All right, raspberry. It's a raspberry quartz. Okay, let's see what else. I know we're not pronouncing quarters. I know we're not.
Don't do that.
Sorry, I know we're not pronouncing crystals, but I'm just seeing how many I just got.
How much was this? Or did you just pick them up inside the cave? Okay.
Yep. We were allowed to.
Hey.
We were allowed to pick out crystals in the cave.
Justin went on a field trip. Oh, this is nice. What's this one? Ruby? No, that's red. This is purple. This is like what, amethyst or something?
Oh, the purple?
Jasper.
That one's an amethyst. Yeah.
That's what I said, amethyst. Okay, I know my stones a little bit. How y'all doing?
Let's see what this one is.
He went to the crystal cave and.
Oh, of course, the pyrite, the gold one.
Don't lose them.
Those are them.
And he got a bunch of rocks. This one doesn't even really look like anything special. I like this one though. I might keep this.
Keep what?
The amethyst.
For what?
Just to keep.
Oh, look, a gold one.
Of course. Why does the phone always ring?
It's a pyrite.
Anyway. So I am currently working on based on what's the
don't use it. All right. Oh, come on, more than this. All right.
Hopefully there is some luck in these stones. What is this one? Quartz.
That one. This one is a quartz. Yeah, it's a quartz.
Ah.
Oh no!
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, these one.
Well, it's kind of tinted purplish.
Oh, it's a rose quartz.
There we go. That makes more sense.
Yeah.
And then this one's amethyst.
This one's a quartz.
Oh boy. But anyway, yeah.
You said you wanted
when it comes to
keep the amethyst.
Okay. Yeah. Oh, yes.
You can keep it. It's your gift.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Now,
I've been so daggone busy. You guys don't understand. And it's like this all the time. It's like I post a video and then like I'm like sprung, like I get shifted into a whole bunch of mess. It's a lot.
Oh, I think this one.
It's so much.
I think this one is.
I'm tired. I haven't been sleeping. I haven't been doing anything. It's just literally been working.
Oh God, this is a real big one.
Justin.
It's a Styrian.
Okay, be careful. Don't let it knock off the table.
It's not gonna knock off the table.
Of course. If I don't work, then I'm not gonna be able to pay any bills. I'm not gonna be able to move out of this house.
This one's a black one. Which means it's this one.
Anyway.
Obsidian.
Thinking about going to Jersey next Friday to do like an open mic. Something fun to do, something a little, different.
Well, I didn't
depending on whether or not I can get off.
Well, I didn't get any crystal points because that was in the gift shop, and I didn't get any. I only got the teddy. Oh.
Anyway, so yes, Jersey. I will be in Jersey. It's a mess. Always a mess.
Well, you said the emerald is green.
What?
I think this is an emerald. It's green.
I think it's fluorite. It's not that green.
It's supposed to be full green.
Right. So the next videos that I'm supposed to be coming out with are one movie review. I never got to go see Aladdin. I said that I would go see it. My brother went to see it.
I'm just saying hello.
Yeah, so I didn't go see it. Yeah, I might still go see it if I have the time. I might. Yesterday was the best time because the movies are $5, but I worked, so no. So I don't know. It depends. Maybe I'll go see a movie tomorrow night or tomorrow after. No, I work. It's a mess. It's a complete and total mess. But don't start. I'm glad that you. I just want to know that Naomi Scott actually did a good job singing A Whole New World, because I'm not here for, how was her voice? That's all I want to know. Before I go see it, how was her voice? Because she was actually my favorite in Lemonade Mouth. I feel like they didn't give her a lot of chances to really sing, but she definitely had it.
Is someone saying just crystals? Really? Aye! What? I just. Yeah! Really?
Just that.
Oh.
Don't do it.
What?
She also sings an original song in the film as well. Oh, that's wonderful. We never really get a lot of chances to hear her sing, but I think she does have a nice voice. I thought that she had a nice voice in Lemonade Mouth too, but she wasn't white and blonde, so we didn't really get to hear it too much. That's shade toward Bridget Mendler. I just hope you guys know. Let me stop now. Bridget did a good job though.
Let's see if I can find a soda light.
Anyway, Ma comes out on Friday, and there is a lot of things that I have to say about Ma. It seems like it's going to be a really good movie. The story is probably going to be good. Oh, wait. But, and the thing is, Justin, I'm trying to talk, like, what do you do?
I know, I think this one's a moonstone.
No, that's not going to evolve anybody's Pokemon. No, so get your head, move over.
No, I'm not sure.
No, you don't. Why is my towel on the floor? Can you pick that up, please? Right here in front of your face. Oh my God. So my coworkers and I, we were talking about going to see Ma, but then like I kind of brought something up, and it was something that somebody else actually brought to my attention too, and it was kind of more or less how this movie could possibly be interpreted, considering we're opening up the channels to kind of talking about the imagery here. This older Black woman, Ma, okay, is coming in and doing all this stuff to these kids, mostly white. And I don't know if it's like reaching, but we are already seen as being like predatory. And I don't know if I don't know. Maybe I'm reading too far into it, but it's just something that was brought to my attention. And I was like, wait, I never thought of things like that. I never thought of it as being kind of like a little shifty in that way. No hate to Octavia Spencer at all, because she's an amazing actress. And I know that she is going to do a really good job on this movie. And I'm still going to go see it. But it's just in the back of my mind, I'm still going to be thinking like, I don't know. Yeah, it depends on how they spin the story. The execution is everything. If the execution is good, then I won't have any problems with it. But if it's like, and then if I see a whole lot of people talking in the way that I am afraid that they'll talk, it's going to definitely be a problem. But never do this type of thing towards white people who play this type of role. This is true, but usually they're not like harassing, they're not like messing with Black people. So it's like a different kind of chain. It's a different kind of situation. The only time that we've ever been terrorized by white people on screen, as far as horror movie goes, or as far as these like psychological thrillers go, is Get Out. Stop moving the table.
Oh, sorry.
You're gonna shake the camera.
Oh, sorry. I remember that other time. So you said stop taking the table.
Yes, you were doing that before. That was like a year ago. How do you remember that? That was when I was still recording from there.
Yeah, you're like, stop taking the table. It's like, oh.
Gosh.
And then I'm laughing. Yeah, I still bring back my memories. You can't wipe them out.
I'm surprised you remember that. I had to remember what the heck that video was even. Like, I forgot what that video even was.
What? I can't forget a year or a month.
Well, no, I remember that moment, but I just can't remember what video it was.
Oh, really? Then what will you look on your phone then?
That's too much effort. That was a year ago. I've done like 100 videos.
Oh, you did 100 videos? Really? Yeah, I done 100 videos. And now there's 2 people watching and 1 like. That makes it 2. And it's only going 1 like. And
The Intruder. Oh yeah, you know what? I never actually got to go see The Intruder.
Oh yeah, I saw the trailer.
For what?
The Intruder.
You're not going to go see that movie though.
Yeah, I know. I only saw the trailer.
Okay. We also saw the trailer for Sonic the Hedgehog, and
yes. Oh.
What do you want to say about it?
Okay. And something he is wrong. Something is wrong with his face. Look at it. Look, his eyes are not together. In the original one, his eyes were together.
I feel like
now, in today now, he just like spaced them out. And then look what he has. He has electric now instead of no ember. There's no shadow. There's no tail. There's no Knuckles. But instead, there's some Dr. Eggman. Tell me now, there's some Dr. Eggman here. And what am I saying? Oh, yes. He's like, nope. Wrong. I'm in charge.
Okay, all right. Can you like explain it like a normal person so people can understand? What don't you like about the trailer?
What I don't like about it is Sonic's face. Because look at him. Hey, usually I don't like Sonic's face because I saw it in Gory Genshin.
Speak normally so people can understand you.
Okay. Gory Genshin saw it too, so I watched the trailer, and then it was true. And then
nobody can actually hear you unless you project your voice.
Okay, so Sonic's face is wrong because if it's gonna be Sonic the Hedgehog, the movie, then how come they had to fit him instead of just doing the original?
Because it's not the same kind of animation.
Don't explain it.
Well, no, that's the thing. It's like it would look really weird if they had his original like look. Now, I would have liked it if they kept a lot of it together. But as far as the eyes being spaced out thing, I feel like because they tried to give him more of a realistic look, there's nothing in this world that has 2 pupils in 1 eyeball.
Add into 1 eyeball. And soon, why am I not?
And I didn't see, well, I mean, did they say that there was no other characters from the Sonic universe in this movie? Because I only saw like real life people, and then they had this skinny Dr. Eggman played by Jim Carrey, I think, right? I don't know about that either. They need to have a fat man. That's the whole gimmick. Like he's supposed to be fat.
And the only thing I know that he's Dr. Eggman is because he's got gadgets. He's a doctor, and he's still got those glasses.
This is true.
Yes, because I know he's Dr. Eggman because he's like, "Are you in charge here?" And then the general can't speak because he's just.
I will say though, I feel like Jim Carrey is like the perfect person to portray Dr. Eggman, but put him in like a fat suit or something. I don't know. But yeah, no, and then the thing is like Sonic is not even my favorite character in the Sonic universe. My favorite character is actually Knuckles.
And Knuckles is not even in there either.
No other Sonic character. I guess they couldn't afford to do a whole bunch of different CGI characters to make this live action actually work. So they can only really do Sonic. So it's kind of like watching Sonic X, but without Tails and Cream and Knuckles and Amy.
And Kyle. Kyle? Kyle? I
Chow.
And Chow. And Big. And Shadow?
Well, I feel like we would never really get Shadow.
Or Big, because...
But at least, I don't know. I don't know how it's going to be, but whatever. Anyway, moving on.
And Silver.
Sounds boring. It does sound boring. Like, the whole cast of characters makes the movie what it is. I mean, makes the franchise what it is.
And Chaos.
Okay, we're not doing all of that.
Do you know Chaos? Though?
Yes, obviously I know Chaos. Justin, I've been playing the Sonic games since before you were born.
Quiz. Where is he from?
What do you mean, where is he from? Chaos?
What? Yes.
What do you mean, where is he from?
Where is he from? What Sonic game?
I mean, he started in Sonic Adventure.
Then what?
What do you mean, then what? That's the game that he originated from.
Sonic Adventure?
That's the first game that he was a part of, Sonic Adventure.
Oh,
the
really?
first one, not the second one, the first one. Chaos was in the first. You never played the first one. He was in the first Sonic Adventure because he was the main villain other than Eggman, but Eggman was like using him to get all the Chaos Emeralds. And yeah, that was the whole stick. That was the whole thing. But Chaos was actually from ancient times with Knuckles and his ancestors. You know, he guards the Master Emerald, but he wasn't the first to do it. There was an entire tribe of echidnas that were guarding the Master Emerald, and Chaos was born from the Master Emeralds. That's why he has a connection to the Chaos Emeralds. There you go. Anyway, I just gave him a little bit of a history on that. But anyway, we're moving on. So Sonic Trail, I don't know about it yet. I guess we'll see. And apparently the date got pushed back, the release date.
Frozen
that's already like a bad thing. Like whenever a release date gets pushed back, that means they're not ready. Okay, and honestly, they need to just scrap the whole thing and start from scratch. That's what I think anyway. I honestly don't. I'm not even seeing that. Like when I saw it, was like live action Sonic. I said, can they stop it? But I will say that they did a good job with Detective Pikachu. Yeah. Detective Pikachu did come out. How long ago was that now? I can't remember. All I know is that it did come out very, very well, and a lot of people liked it and everything. And as for me, again, I have yet to go. I'm gonna go to the movie theater I know where I can go watch multiple movies at one time. I'll pay one time, go to one theater, watch the movie, and then go to the next theater and watch the movie without having to pay. Let me stop.
What? But you're gonna watch 2 movies at the same time? How you supposed
it's a double feature, okay? Double feature.
How are you supposed to do a double feature and watch 2 at the same time? That's stupid. How you supposed to
Well,
do
when
that?
the one movie goes off, you go and exit that theater and go to the theater next door.
Oh, really? You think that can happen? You think that can happen?
AMC is your best bet. Look, there's this Regal theater over in it's like about a half hour away from here. No. Stroud Mall, I mean, you can technically do it because the hallway is so long and it's like in the corner. So you can technically do it, but that's so uncomfortable. Oof. Ooh, girl. Yes. Okay. So yeah, so I'm gonna go and do all of that. Hopefully, like I'll try to find time this weekend. Don't do that. That's rude. Do I? Okay, I have to excommunicate you. You can go.
No,
bye.
No, wait.
Then stop. Stop. Ew. Can you not?
No, I'm not doing anything.
Anyway, so yes, okay, so Detective Dark Phoenix. Okay, that comes out what, next week?
No.
I don't really like the trailers have looked pretty good, but I just don't know. I don't know how I feel about it. Like it just seems like what?
It seems like what?
I'm asking you what? What do you want?
I think I found an emerald.
Anyway.
Look. Is it a fluorite or emerald?
It's fluorite because emeralds shine a little bit more. It's a little bit too dull.
This one?
It's not even green.
Huh?
It's not even green.
Is it gray? Ah!
So,
Is it
oh
gray?
my gosh.
Is it gray? The reason I'm playing
I
this
think let's see, we're gonna get to the Phoenix on it. I guess, but see, the thing is the one thing that I hate is that I can't wait until the MCU gets it together. I can't wait. Like it's probably not gonna happen. That's probably not gonna happen for like another we're probably not gonna get it in the MCU for like another 4 years. Can you stop shaking the table? It's not funny. Stop it. You literally shook the table because I'm not even touching the table. You're the only one touching the table, so obviously you're the one who shook it.
How can you even know I shook the table?
Because you're the only one touching it, Justin. My legs are away from the table. I'm sitting behind, away from the table. My arms are folded. So obviously you're the only one that's sitting here touching the table. He shrugs. No, it still doesn't look right. And honestly, and the MCU is not going to really pick it up probably until like 2023 or something, 2024. Like we're not going to get the X-Men in full effect until after this next phase.
I get a raspberry.
And hello, Taylor. We're talking movies. We're talking movie trailers and movies that have come out so far. Just like a little aside.
Man, I got a lot of crystals.
What? Stop it.
What? I'm just putting crystals.
Yeah, no.
What? I'm just putting crystals.
And so when it comes to the Dark Phoenix, like this Dark Phoenix movie, we didn't get anything that lead up to. I feel like they just did this because they knew that their time was up and they were wanting to go out with a bang. I don't know why it is that they always try to push this Dark Phoenix thing in the Bryan Singer universe. I don't know what it is, but they continue to do it. And make characters that aren't even relevant to this plot a part of it. What?
Aren't you gonna say something?
To what?
Are you gonna say something?
No, that's if I want to type something, Justin. But I'm already I'm speaking to them, so I don't have to type there.
Yeah.
No.
But soon, can't you?
They still have New Mutants that are coming out in August.
How come there's 4 people watching and 1 leg still? See, you're doing it again. You're doing the same pose that you were doing when I shake the table the other year.
I'm not even addressing you right now.
Yes, you are. You're doing. This is what you were doing. You were doing that.
Yes, Mystique. Why? Why in the world is Mystique a part of this? Just because they want to have a celebrity like Jennifer Lawrence. She wasn't even supposed to be that relevant. Like, Mystique is one of those annoying characters that's kind of cool sometimes, but she's just there. She's like Magneto's side piece. She's not that important. Why are we even? And the thing is, the worst part about it is that the Dark Phoenix saga, all in all, I'm calling mommy.
No.
Keep it up.
Please,
keep it up.
No.
Stop.
Please don't wait.
So, yeah, she's like Magneto's side piece. I don't know why in the world she's so important to this plot. She's supposed to be a bad guy. Yes, she's never been a good person. She fights for mutant rights, which that's another thing again. But she's never been on the side of the X. She's never been an X-Man, ever. At least the first couple movies got that right. But then she's a whole founding member of the X-Men. Absolutely not. Absolutely not. No, that's not how that happened. Get over yourself. Get out of it. Move on. Just.
I said.
No, shh.
You don't care about the comments?
I literally just addressed one of the comments that says she's supposed to be a bad guy, period. She's supposed to be a bad guy, yes. She's not supposed to be in the X-Men. She's not. Right. She goes and she kills people. She takes them out. She's You know, she's like she's just not good. She's not supposed to be on the side of the X. She's not.
I think I found the
And they
sapphire.
continue to do this mess. They continue to do that. They want to put her out in the front because Jennifer Lawrence portrays her. And I'm just like, no, like, can you just not? Can you just not? Can we make it more like, and the thing is, okay, this is what really made me upset, because this is like a this is almost like a like this is in the continuity of First Class, right? Is in the same continuity as First Class. Who was the villain in First Class? Sebastian Shaw, Emma Frost, the Hellfire Club, right? The Hellfire Club was supposed to be the villain in this continuity. They were supposed to still be around. The Hellfire Club they're the reasons why the Dark Phoenix rises. They're the reason why, Jean ends up becoming evil, because Mastermind, that's his name, right? Because Mastermind, he came up and he started, getting into Jean's mind when she, first got the Phoenix powers, and she was like really like, he was really like kind of like molding her into what they wanted her to be, which was the Black Queen of the Hellfire Club and all that stuff. All that stuff, and it was a buildup. It was a buildup. It was everything that was happening was leading up to that. It did not happen right then and there. No, yes, they go out into space and all that stuff happens, and then she gets, she gets the Phoenix powers because, she's trying to save everyone and whatever have you. But it didn't happen in the span of a couple of hours or a couple of days or even a couple of months. We're talking years. We're talking years that it had to develop that storyline. That's the reason why it's one of the most recognizable and one of the most popular storylines in the Marvel universe. Everybody knows about the Phoenix Saga, at least most of people. I feel like most of the people who have seen these movies don't even know anything about the real Phoenix Saga and how in depth it is, because at the same time that all of this stuff is happening with Jean and her powers and everything is developing and she's changing, a whole bunch of other stuff is also going on. The S-Men disband, they come back together, this happens, that happens. Not the Infinity Gauntlet is going on, but like a whole bunch of other stuff out in space is going on with the Shi'ar Empire and all that other stuff is going on too. All of this stuff is going on at the same time as the Phoenix Saga. It's just one of those side stories. What it really is a side story that kind of becomes a main plot point. It's like a side plot that becomes a main plot. And it only becomes the main plot when the Hellfire Club puts their plans into motion, and when Jean actually becomes the Dark Phoenix, then that's where everything becomes. I feel like they just they keep on skipping to Dark Phoenix, and they don't pay attention to everything else important that goes on. All the stuff that happens before is not filler. That stuff is actually important and actually part of the development of the Dark Phoenix. All of that stuff is important. Her finally, like her coming into her new powers, her learning how to use her new powers and having newfound control over those powers. Her, kind of having this other entity inside of her that now has a physical host in the world where it didn't before. So she's experiencing new emotions and kind of acting on these innermost thoughts that she probably never thought to act out on. It's a whole bunch of stuff. She's having less abandon with her powers. She's reading people's minds and she's using them without really, thinking about the consequences all that much. I mean, at the same time that that she gets her Phoenix powers and everything, they are introduced to they get Kitty Pryde, Shadowcat. They could have incorporated that into the story. Shadowcat actually comes in during the beginning of the Phoenix Saga, and you kind of start to see Jean's powers, kind of taking control of her a little bit, because she starts to use her powers without really thinking about the consequences. Before, she didn't used to read people's minds without, getting permission first, or without, and she didn't really have control over that. But she was altering people's memories and everything. Shadowcat's parents, they were not open to the idea of Kitty going to the Xavier Institute because they didn't know who the hell he was. They didn't know what the heck was going on. But let me finish the thought, please, because I'm gonna forget. But then they come back, and all of a sudden, her parents are open to the idea, and they welcome Professor Xavier, like, "Hey, how you doing?" and all this stuff. And then, they're looking around, they're like, "Wait a minute! Yesterday, y'all wasn't even with us. Like, y'all were like against Kitty going." And then they find that Jean actually altered their memories so that it was and made them believe that everything that was going on was good. She pretty much did her little mind control on them. There's something that she wasn't actually able to do before, and it's something that she probably would not have done before if it was not for the Phoenix influence. There we go. Mm-hmm.
Yes.
Now what?
Can I help you, Betty?
Yes, they're in the freezer. Go that way. You know how to warm it up?
Yeah. Wait, how many minutes?
1 minute, 30 seconds.
Oh, all right.
Just make sure you rip the corner. It should actually be 2 minutes, but it might be too hot. But then again, sometimes it's still cold in the middle. So just do 2 minutes. Do 2 minutes. Do 2 minutes. If you do 1 minute, it'll still be frozen, Justin. Do 2 minutes. Yeah, but now I'm saying 2 minutes because sometimes the mill is still cold. You need to put it on for 2 minutes. Just do as I said. It's frozen. He knows how to use the microwave.
Wait, this corner?
Where it says where the little lines are?
Yep.
Yeah, rip that corner. Just rip the
tear
here. Right. Tear along that line. Don't rip it all the way open. Just tear that line. Come here. Watch what I do. Watch what I do. Watch. See. There you go. Throw this in the garbage. I'll put that in there for 2 minutes. There we go. Anyway. So yeah, that's my whole thing about that. The Phoenix Saga is such an immensely complex story. It can't be done in just 2 hours or 3 hours or however long this movie is going to be. It can't be done in that amount of time. It has to be a build up. You have to build up from the very first, pretty much the very first X-Men movie that you're going to release. You got to build it up from there. You can't just all of a sudden, have her with the power. No, that power is not hers alone. She obtained that power from the actual Phoenix Force, which is a cosmic entity. Something that they never really even heard of. I don't even know how they're getting into space. Like, what is this space trip that they're doing? Because the reason why they went into space in the first place was to get what Professor Xavier was up there to Shi'ar Empire. It was around the time the X-Men kind of disbanded and they introduced a new team. It was around the time when I think Wolverine and Storm. You know that Wolverine and Storm were not even a part of the very first X-Men team. Can we get that together? First of all, First of all, it did not include no damn Havoc. Havoc is the younger brother of Scott Summers, who is Cyclops, who is actually a lot cooler than they make him in the movies. For some reason, they make him a whiny baby and all this stuff. Cyclops is actually a very deep and complex character with a lot of struggle, with a lot of depth, and they never actually got that right. Never actually got that right. All right. And the thing is earlier on in my life, I actually believed that he was the person that they portrayed him as in the movies, because the movies was all I really knew of X-Men when I was 5, 6 years old when the actual movie came out. I thought it was really cool. It was still cool, yeah. But the way that they portrayed Scott was so inaccurate. When I actually finally got to read about everything and I started looking at the comics and I saw who he really was, I was like, this is nothing like what he's like in the movies. And then it came to my mind, I was like, okay, so Bryan Singer has this vendetta against Scott Summers for some reason, and it's his least favorite character. So I'm just gonna make Scott Summers into, some jerk. That's really not what he is. It's sad. Beast, Iceman, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Angel. Yes, that is exactly. Wolverine was not a part of the X-Men in the beginning. Is she?
Yeah. Hey, Mom.
Put her off. Take her.
Hey, Mom. Yes, I'm home. Okay. I'm eating a beef patty.
Anyway, yeah, that's exactly who it was. Beast, Iceman, Cyclops, Jean Grey, and Angel. Those were the very first X-Men. Had nothing to do with no Wolverine. Storm wasn't even in it yet. They came later on. They weren't even the second group of X-Men. The second group of X-Men was what? What?
You know.
What?
You know what I always say?
What? No.
What?
No, you cannot. No, you cannot. Goodbye.
I don't watch Netflix.
No.
Why not?
Because I'm on live and it's a distraction.
No, I can turn it down.
No, 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 no. You have to wait until I'm done. You- Don't, Justin, do not come over here with that. Do not come over here with that. Eat it in there, first of all. You wouldn't even be allowed to eat it in the living room, so I don't even know why you're asking me about Netflix. Go over there, bye. You can't eat that in here. You can eat it at the table, but you cannot eat it over here, and you can't eat it in there. But anyway, yeah, so I mean, I don't have any respect towards him because he has no respect for the original material. And this is not to say that you have to follow the original material all the time, because not even the MCU follows, and that's actually Marvel. They're not even really following like the actual storylines directly, but at least they're getting a lot of the characterizations, a lot of the stories, and they're adapting a little bit to make it more, movie friendly, like to keep people interested and stuff. But they don't stray too far away, and the stories that they come up with are really good. So we don't say too much about it. The X-Men that we have always been like, and I keep on saying this.
14 days.
I keep on saying this. The X-Men are important because they are based on minority cultures. They are based on, minorities, the LGBT community, blacks, any Asians, any minority group can relate to the story of the X-Men because they represent a minority group in the Marvel Universe, mutants. They are ostracized, they are discriminated against, they're pretty much, they're beaten, killed, treated like complete and total trash in society. And it is important to be able to tell the story in a way that's not going to get people depressed about it. I think that, not for nothing, go over there with that. Go over to that table. Go over there to that table. Go to that table. No, why? Go to that table.
I'm turning it down.
Really? You do this all the time.
Like Scott. Zach.
Don't promote other channels on this channel.
Yeah, channel. You know what? Just go on YouTube and find one of your channels.
I only have one.
Oh, then I'll go see what your channel is then.
You know what my channel is. You're on my channel right now.
Wait.
So,
wait,
yes.
I thought you had a lot of channels.
No, I only have one channel. But anyway, when it comes to Black people, LGBT, any minority group anyway. Any minority group. Shh. Any minority group.
Wait.
What?
It says you only have one video.
That's not me. I don't go by Christian. Justin.
What? What was the channel again?
It's Christian Lamar. Duh.
Christian Lamar.
Anyway, when it comes to minority groups, bless you, when it comes to minority groups, we're not all sitting here brooding over the fact that we don't get treated equally. Yes, we go out and we talk about it and we try to make it known that, hey, this is wrong and we want things to be made right. But at the end of the day, we go home to our families, we go, party, we go have fun, we go do this, we go do that. We enjoy being who we are. That's what I liked about the X-Men comics is that and even the X-Men television shows that they had, like X-Men Evolution and even the 90s X-Men. Justin, can you not? Can you go over there? Can you go over there? Go over there now. No, because you keep on interrupting. Go over there. That's what I'm doing right now, and you're interrupting. Can you stop? No, you cannot, because you're going to mess up the stream. You're going to mess up the stream because you're on the same Wi-Fi. Oh my God. Would you stop Justin? Go. Go now. Go over. No, you're excommunicated from this area. Go over there to that table. Go to that table. Go to that table. Go to that table. Go to that table. Can you go to that table, please? Can you go to that table, please? Can you please go to that table? Because you don't know how to control yourself when you come on. I bring you on, and then you don't know how to control yourself. Please go to that table. Go over to that table now. I'm not going to ask you again. Thank you. Don't start. So the thing is that I don't mind him being on when I do live streams, but sometimes he just gets a little bit too carried away, and then I have to say, like, okay, that's it. I don't always even like him being on, and I've expressed that multiple times because that's kind of what it is. Like, I don't really like him being on that much because, again, he doesn't need to be. He's a kid, and I don't. Mm-mm. I don't know who else is watching. I don't know who else is out here. Like, just, there's creeps out there too. Anyway, so back to the significance of the X-Men. And I'm going to leave it at that. We're not going to talk about it for the rest of this live stream. But they're important because, again, we go as it pertains to minority groups, we go home to our families, we go out, we party, we do this, we do that. We're not always brooding about not being treated right by society and all this stuff. We still have our lives. And that's what I really liked about the X-Men comics is that they portrayed them in a way that, hey, yeah, we're like completely oppressed in this society, but we can still enjoy being mutants. We can still enjoy our lives. We go on camping trips. We do this, we do that. We play sports together. We use our powers. We learn how to use our powers. We have fun using our powers. We have fun being mutants. That is what that is supposed to be about. That's what it's all about. It's about standing in your truth and living the way that just making the most out of the life that you have. It's not about, all of the dark themes and stuff. Yes, it gets dark. Of course it gets dark. But it's like, I don't know. It's a good reflection of life, of real life. Even though it's technically superheroes and people with powers and it's supernatural, it's kind of sci-fi-esque. Even though it's all of that stuff, you can still get a lot out of it and it can still reflect of your life. Are you watching one of my videos?
Yeah.
Turn that down.
Yeah. Well, and one of your embarrassing shows that no one wants to let you watch. One of your embarrassing shows I'm watching.
Anyway. Okay, so moving from there, we're going to talk a little bit about selective outrage. As we're talking about minorities, we're going to talk a little bit about selective outrage and kind of whether or not we think that this is selective outrage. So I'm going to give you a scenario, and you tell me about what you think. Stop. 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 Stop.
Wait. I'm doing it down.
He loves to annoy me. He really does. So, here's the scenario. Y'all know the group pretty much. One of their members, Brandon, recently, I think a fan tweeted at him or asked him a question, what word do you hate the most? And he replied with the word chink. Now, as we know, that is a derogatory term used towards Asian or people of East Asian descent because of the shape of their eyes. And it is very much well known that you're not supposed to refer to anybody as that. And that's the thing. He wasn't referring to anybody as that. He just replied to that person asking him what word he hated the most. So obviously, he's not using the word himself. He hates the word. But we had a whole bunch of people coming at him. Oh my God, he said a racial slur. Oh my God, you should know better. Oh my gosh, I can't believe this is your king. Somebody said that this is your king. He's not even apologizing for using that word. And nah. What the hell? Really? This is what we're doing? And this is what I always like to say, like, okay, so all the times that people have come out and said the word nigga, what was done? People made up excuses. Oh, the context. When you actually did call somebody that, or when you actually did use the word, you weren't asked about if you hated that word or if what word you hated. No, you actually just used the word. But now you want to go back and say, oh my God, I'm sorry. No. And then the thing is that other races, they all have derogatory terms that are used against them. The problem is, when are we gonna actually be having the same treatment to our, to the word nigga? Like, I don't understand it. You better not call a Latino, what is it, a spick? You better not call them that. You better not call an Asian person chinky. You better not do that. But for some reason, nigga is a free for all. Because everybody can use nigga. Everybody can say that word. Oh, nigga, all day. Everybody can use that word and it's okay. Because why? Because we've normalized the use of that word. The other races, they have not normalized those words. They don't even really refer to themselves as. Sometimes I have caught people out there, but you don't see an Asian person calling another Asian person a chink. Like you don't see that. You don't hear that. Why? Because they take that seriously. We're the only ones that just turned it into something else, but then we want to still get upset when somebody calls us a nigga and they're not black. But like, where do we draw the line? Where is the line drawn? And that's why I'm just like, well, you guys, look at how hard they're fighting at this guy. And isn't he of Asian descent too? They're fighting him hard over this word that he said. And I don't understand. I just, it's so stupid. They got mad for no damn reason. No reason at all. I'm just like, and the thing is like, I'm not even like, I'm not even like a stan or a fan like that. Like, I like a couple of stuff, they're talented guys. But it's not like I follow them every single day, but I just kind of came across it because I still follow Brandon on Twitter. I recently rejoined Twitter and I forgot that I followed him, and then he just tweeted like, I promise that comes from the heart and I'm so genuinely sorry and this and that and the other. I'm like, why are you apologizing? What the hell? Why are you apologizing? You didn't say anything wrong. Somebody asked you what word you hate the most and you replied with that word. It's not like you were calling somebody that. It's not like you were using that word as a way to demean someone. No. So to me, I feel like it doesn't make it's selective outrage. You're just looking for some reason to come at him because you probably already hate him. Whoever started this whole thing, oh my God, he said a racial slur, this and that and the other. Y'all stupid as hell. I just hope you know you stupid. You look stupid. You sound stupid. Brandon had no reason to actually apologize because he was not using that word. He wasn't using the word at all. But that's what happens. That's what happens, unfortunately. You know, what's that's why like some of us have to be censored, some of us can't. I don't know what to tell y'all. I don't know. That's why I don't want to be a celebrity. You really have to censor yourself or don't speak on certain things. This is true. This is true. Speaking on certain things and speaking of, we had Dionne Warwick come out here, and I was going to actually save this for an actual video, which I'm not going to talk on it too much because I do want to actually like post my video and my opinion about it. We have people like out here attacking Dionne Warwick for her comments about Beyonce, and I will say that I don't agree or disagree with her. I just think that she has an opinion just like everybody else does. But the thing is when you are somebody of a certain status and when you have celebrity, when you have a huge platform, um, there's always going to be a lot more weight with the things that you say, because there's probably tons of people that believe what Dionne says that actually agree with her statements. But because of her stature, because of who she is, and because the fact that she actually did this for a huge platform, a lot of people who are obviously Beyonce fans got wind of it and they started dragging her. But I'm like, everybody has an opinion. Just like most of y'all Beyonce fans have your opinion about Carrie Hilson and anybody else that you feel like is trying to copy your queen, Dionne Warwick also has an opinion on your queen. I mean, you can get mad all you want to, but it's not going to change the fact that it's just an opinion. Everybody has one. So I feel like just no. Just as much as one person will think that Beyonce is a legend, an icon, all this other stuff, an innovator, the next person might be like, maybe not. Maybe she's on her way, but maybe not. And the thing is, I don't think so. I think that, she was being open and honest, about how she felt. And the thing is that she didn't even like call her talentless or anything like that. She actually, no, she actually held her up in high regard. The problem is, the problem is that people don't like to hear differences of opinion. They don't. Because what a majority of people actually like Beyonce, and because a majority of people probably think that Beyonce is an icon, that is still an opinion. I don't care if 609 what is it? I don't care if 6,999,999,999 people in this world believe Beyonce to be an icon. Dionne is that one person that believes that she's not. That makes it an opinion. It's still an opinion. Just because a majority of people believe something doesn't make it fact. The same thing can be said about a lot of religion. Just because a majority of people practice Christianity does not make it fact. Again, and I don't want to get on that either, because there's a lot of Christians who follow, and I do still practice the faith, but that's faith. Faith is based on belief, not fact. At the end of the day, fact is something that is proven to be true based on what you hear, see, smell, taste. Something like music and art, all of that stuff is subjective. Music and art will never be objective because there's always going to be multiple interpretations, multiple opinions. People hear and see things differently. So it's always going to be, there's always going to be something up in the air. We're gonna see different things. We're gonna see things differently. I might find this person incredibly talented, but the next person won't. So I'm saying. Um, there's a lot of people out there who like Billie Eilish. I don't really care too much for Billie Eilish. I don't know what the hype is about Billie Eilish. I don't know what it is. I listened to a couple of Billie Eilish songs and I'm just like, no, she ain't it for me. Fact. Yes, it's a fact that Patti LaBelle called Beyonce an icon, but that's still her opinion. Just because just because a legend calls someone else an icon doesn't necessarily mean that she is. Doesn't necessarily mean that the next person won't think that she's not. Even people who get the icon award, it's still based on opinion, but the opinion of multiple people who have power. It's still an opinion at the end of the day. We can't talk. We can't. That's the end of the discussion right there. Do people know what an icon is? Icon is something of high stature usually, but at the same time, calling someone an icon or a legend or this or that and the other, it's different. It's different now than it used to be. Like people, there's no set criteria either. Because people back then won't probably call a lot of artists today icons or legends, even if they have sold a lot of albums, even if they have innovated, maybe because they haven't done the same things that they've done in the same time that they did them. Think about the fact that back then, in the times of Aretha Franklin, Dionne Warwick, and Patti LaBelle, they were also battling civil rights, women's rights, all these other things that were going on at that time that kind of made their music a lot more meaningful to the people of that time. It's like different now. You speaking Spanish? No. When have I no? Maybe I'm speaking so fast that you can't understand it, but that's a Jersey thing. Um, but yeah, no, it's still an opinion. At the end of the day, I don't care who called her an icon. I don't care who thinks that she is or is not. It's still an opinion. Do I think she's an icon? I think she's iconic, yes. I think that she has put a lot of work in and she's definitely changed the way that the industry runs, like the way that people put out music. She's definitely like kind of been ahead of the curve when it comes to stuff like that. But at the same time, uh, it's like it's still my opinion. Some of the next person probably won't think the same way that I do. The only facts is that yeah, she definitely has changed the way that the industry runs because everybody now they're putting out visual albums, and even though she wasn't the first to do it in this generation, she is one of the ones that kind of started the trend again, the visual album, the surprise album. Like everybody's trying to do surprise albums and stuff now, surprise projects. Like, hey, I'm putting this out, and then it flops. Like, a lot. I'm just saying, she is a household name, which kind of makes her iconic. And so, yes, I do believe she's an icon, of today. Everybody knows who Beyonce is. Even if they don't want to know who Beyonce is, they still know who Beyonce is. Not everybody knows who Dionne Warwick is anymore. I'm sorry. Dionne, you are a legend among legends. You have done your time. You have paid your dues. But now is the time of people like Beyonce and Lady Gaga. Sorry. What? You're doing too much. You can go have another one, but Justin, I'm telling you right now, you're going to destroy your insides. Go ahead, bye.
What? I mean, like you done.
Yes, I don't understand that. No entiendo. No entiendo. Necesito practicar eso en español. Anyway. That's pretty much all I have for this video. We're getting on an hour of this live stream. I didn't want it to be that long. So just, talk amongst, ooh, yourselves in the comments, and then I'll probably post something else, and then I'm gonna work on a video. Um, Hopefully by Friday it'll be out. I've got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow too, so I mean, I'm just gonna see where the time takes me. So anyway, that's gonna be it for this video. I hope everybody has a great night. Take care.
All right.